Pro. So don't go anywhere. We're jumping right into that action next.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hey, I've been waiting a long time to sit in this chair today. Yeah. I really have. Welcome back, guys.
We've been here for 8 hours.
The Invitational. We're going into the third game of today. There's still another one to come after this, so it's going to be a long day, but I'm looking forward to it. I think this series is going to be a good one. We're differing in opinions, which has been the first time. Well, to be fair, this is only our second match actually casted because the other one got cancelled. Yeah. Well, not cancelled, postponed because of Bentet. And I think it was allergy to mushrooms, right? Hopefully we won't have any more of that over the event. I think he should know by now. And also he's been eliminated from the tournament, not by the mushrooms. But either way, we are going into Heroic versus Hellraisers. Yeah. Maps are Train, Cash, and Overpass. And, well, where do you think this is going?
I think 2-1 for HR. I'm going to be...
Which two? Well, I suppose it has to be the first and third.
Cash and Overpass.
Yeah, I'm going the other way. I'm going 2-1. I still think Cash is going to go the way of Hellraisers because it's not really a map that Heroic plays. So to see it come into the map pool is quite interesting for me. I think they went more for a counter ban of Cobble, which was one that seemed to be wanted to play, although Hellraisers did actually lose it yesterday versus Tyloo. So I probably would have left that one in and actually banned Cash instead, but there's still a chance. I do feel like Heroic, though, just a more structured team. They've been together for a little bit longer as well. Obviously, as said on the desk by Blair, they've actually only played at this tournament with these 5 players because it has been, I think, only 2 maps played not at this tournament by Fates in total. He played a couple of matches online, and that was, of course, with Woxic in the roster. So, yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting one to see how this team will actually fit in together. We are looking like we're going to get our little coin toss, and it's going to be CT side start for Hellraisers. So, pretty good start, to be honest, on a map like Train.
Yeah, you know, they want to try and kick things off in a good way. Of course, Train coming in, that's the map pick of Heroic. Fantastic map for them. Well, that's not too good for Hellraisers, but let's get into this. Pissed around well and truly underway, and Hellraisers on the CT side, as you said. Dead Fox has himself the kit and the smoke, and well, for Heroic, they've gone plain and simple. Armor across the board. They don't have any utility, but they definitely are going to be packing a punch. They have to win these opening duels. And Dead Fox, he's the man with the defuse kit and the smoke. He can use that smoke to keep these guys away from Ivy. Spots them boosting over. Snappy, in the meantime, has made his way out through main. Going to get decapitated. And that smoke does keep them at bay. Rushing through. Going to take some tactics from Tyloo, it seems. Oh, this is quick. And yeah, it is just going to be one man left. It's Modi. 3 frags there for Issa. Good stuff from him, 2 for 0, and that's going to be the pistol round going to go the way of Hellraisers, Tom, which is a fantastic start for them.
Yeah, absolutely flawless as well. Issa and Zero just doing all of the work, completely demolishing the attack. And it seemed a little bit disjointed, trying to push through smokes and going for a bit of a weird strategy. And it also even seemed just the push out of main was a little bit, well, mistimed with the rest of the team. So, yep, not the best start for the T side. They are going to force back into this one. We've got quite a few Deagles, a couple of CZs. And on the other side, they're playing it fairly safe, decent amount of utility, and a couple of rifles behind it as well.
And well, it does seem like for Heroic, it'll be everyone over here towards B, at least initially. Still the option ahead in 3 Pop Dog if things don't go their way. But with only Angel here, he has to watch out. Does have a dig shot rallied his way. That's enough to send Fates rotating in. You can see they're starting to pull over other players. Issa sneaking on in as well to rejoin the rest of the guys here. Playing it from connector for the faster rotation. Now that smoke's going to start to fade. That's their signal to come pushing on in. Molotov forces their hands out in the waiting arms of Angel, but the trades go in. Going to be 3-on-3. They've been allowed to get this bomb down. Now Hellraisers in the retake. Damage being done by the Deegs at range. Issa's tagged relatively low, 33 HP to his name. The bomb working against them. They still have that kit up on Dead Fox. Going to be able to find Yugi as well. 2 versus 3. Dead Fox the man on the entry with the UMP. Going to fall prey to Modi. No trade to come in just yet, and Issa's only on 1 HP. It all falls on to Nico. He's going to go in with the Deeg onto 0, and now 1 HP on Issa. Time working against him.
No kit.
And Nico, it's easy for him. Going to be the round to go the way of Heroic. As they sneak that round in. Managed to take that from the feet of Hellraisers, and that's things equalized out here. Very early on. They're going to snatch one straight back, Tom.
Yeah, expecting a force buy to come in, of course, from the CT side. No real reason not to at this point. Quite a few Deagles again. And we've already seen them do work with the pistols. It's actually the round where they had the SMG and the rifles that things didn't work out too much. The real problem is they don't have any utility and they don't have a kit. So obviously moving forward, it's going to be fairly difficult. And they've got to try and basically take the fights very early on. Quite a few rifles as well for the T side and a huge amount of utility. So this is where Heroic are really going to come into their own with their setups and obviously being very well practiced as a group of players. So already a little bit of aggression coming out from Issa. They are actually going to be setting up smokes. If he times this right, he may be able to deny the push completely. A couple of players going in through Pop as well, as they will now smoke off the site, create the wall. But it is just going to be Issa who's going to be the one we want to be watching, seeing if he can deny this push. However, it's looking like it's just going to be a fake. All the players doubling back towards this B site. Only Angel here. The rotation will come back in from Fates, but will they be in time?
Yeah, they're rotating everyone in from Hellraisers. And actually,
toppling back again.
yeah, Heroic, they're pretty aware of what's going on. They've slowed right down, haven't gone running on in towards the B-bomb site. Expended a lot of utility, though. When you look at it, that was all their smokes gone. They have still got 4 incendiaries between them. And a flash as well on the back of Yugi. Looks like it is going to be B-play. You have Issa here to listen for any rotations back, so you'll also be able to come on in through the back line. That's that one flash gone. So now they have no utility really to head into this site with, and Angel will be able to get one. S-Tag and Snappy with 2 of their own. 0 has to start connecting something sooner rather than later, as right now the site's overrun. Dead Fox is close, though. He's going to double down. 0. Been up to target practice, and Yugi going to go ahead and take his head clean off. Doubles down within the site. Heroic going to find that second round, do what Hellraisers couldn't, convert the anti-eco. And now Nate Charge going to have to grin and bear this one. Go in with no investment. And that should be a third for Heroic.
Yeah, came pretty close in the end. DevFox with that CZ, making things a little bit more interesting. Unfortunately, 0, it just came down to attempting to dodge bullets, and that, well, it didn't go very well for him. This round, flat eco, absolutely nothing invested. I don't think they'll have enough money for the AWP going into the buy round in the next either, which is a bit of a problem, especially when you're on that CT side. You want to get that in as soon as possible. And this is where they may be diminished just by the fact that Woxic isn't here, because this is a map which so heavily based around that AWP. Luckily for them, their old primary AWP is still in the roster as just sort of a demoted rifler, which is, of course, Dead Fox, so not too much of a problem. But this round, absolutely flawless. Nice amount of money made by the SMGs as well. And I wonder if they'll just gamble them into this next round as a bit of a bonus. A lot of money has already been made by Heroic, and the same can't yet be said for Hellraisers, as this will be their first proper buy round. And again, they still have limited utility, and I'm wondering if Issa's going to invest into a kit, because otherwise they won't have one across the whole team either.
Tommy's going to get the head armor. And yeah, it might not be that bad a decision when you look at it. Modi with the M4, Snappy and with the Mac 10. Does grant him some protection. He's holding him a little bit close, though. Modi's already found some fantastic damage onto him. Going to start to send him railing back. Maybe not too fantastic. Maybe overselling Modi's Modi's ability there. Hellraisers, they've been allowed to sneak Dead Fox out through Ivy, lining up these smokes to go in. Ooh. Seamless. Beautiful. Now they come pushing on through, and he's holding it close. Modi offers himself up to him, runs into the bullets, can't bear life any longer. Relatable, Fett. Inside the site, 3 versus 4. The bomb's going to come on in from Snappy, and S-Tag stuck all the way down through Old Hell. Comes in through the back line, and it's the knife in the back that digs the deepest. That's what they say. As he cuts the head off this retake, Angel's left 1v4. Yeah, going to be in with their 4th round as Angel looks to try and save in towards Connector.
Yeah, doesn't have a kit, any utility, and I think that was the big thing to bear in that round. A smart decision from Heroic, a fast-paced push, knowing that the chances are there won't be any utility. Nice shot, at least from Angel, to take down 1, but it won't be worth the trade that Yugi gets in return, and that's already going to be 4-1 in favor. Pause. Called out. I wonder if this is going to be a tactical one, because we haven't actually seen a proper buy yet from Hellraisers, and I mean one with an AWP and one with a decent amount of utility, so for them to go for a tactical pause when that's yet to come in, it would only if they've spotted something specific, like, okay, this position isn't working, or the aggression here didn't work out. And to be honest, in that round, it just looked like, okay, a fast play that ran them over, and something that if you had an Incendiary or an AWP, probably wouldn't happen.
Still, I mean, when you look at it, the positioning that round from HR was good. You had Easter aggressive over towards E-Box. You had Dead Fox down through Ivy as well. The ball was very much in their court. They had a lot of control over the map, and to just kind of get ran over like that on the back of a fast play from Heroic, I do think is a bit worrying, at least early on. I think maybe that's why they would take the pause. Yeah, exactly. Try and correct any issues now while they are present. And they're going to be partial buying down what they can. Armor up for Easter and Angel. The Eagle there as well. 2 smokes just to try and stop any fast plays sneaking on through once again. It's going to be Angel, first man to fall, and as a result, that smoke never even gets used. That will be wasted. They've also lost one of the other men with armor. Now Hellraisers with all their eggs in one metaphorical basket here on the A-bomb site. Heroic are going to be doubling back and could walk into them.
Snappy still has that SMG, looking to make some cash. Disher will peek in, and already that's all the Kevlar gone from the round, and leaves just a few pistols to play with, of course. Dead Fox with absolutely nothing in this round. We know that he's going to be saving up for that AWP. Now the question is, how much damage can Hellraisers do? Because the one thing that they don't want to do is just allow Heroic to have multiple rebuys and have that huge chance of reset. You want to keep them low, keep them honest. But so far, that's not going so well. Fate's now the only one left alive. He's also been spotted on the site, and it will be another flawless round from Heroic. Every single player surviving. They've still got that SMG just because nobody is dying. And at this moment in time, they have a silly amount of money considering we're only into round 7.
Yeah, I mean, Yugi, he's been kind of the reoccurring star for Heroic, especially when you look at, when
actually rifling so far in this tournament as well, which
hasn't really been on the AWP all that much. And yeah, I mean, he's been doing very well. I think it's terrifying that he's on 10 grand. He can get the AWP up if he'd like, but Hellraiser's real thing to focus on is Dead Fox finally going to have the AWP of his own. And there isn't one up for Heroic to counter it. Snappy going to be on a UMP. Don't really think we've seen him take the rifle too many times. Just been farming up cash with the SMGs. Once again, Hellraisers, 4 players over here on 8. Angel playing the anchor.
He's Bianca.
He is Bianca.
His pet nickname.
All right, stacked up outside the B-bomb site. Sensing that something might be wrong, they're going to be rotating Fates in. He's been the quick rotation to help out at the drop of a hat. Be posted up here to watch the push in through ramp. Has Angel holding upper. And Heroic just waiting for that smoke to fade. Going to see the smokes rain in now. 50-second mark. That'll be the green light for this push as they start to make their way on in. Oh man, that's not quite. That's S-Tag, but damage was inflicted, and that's going to be a nice easy kill for Fates to pick on up. Repositions inside the site. players. Coming around, Nico going to pick that up, no problem. Trade's going to be going the way of Hellraisers for the time being. Angel and Issa between them pick up a quick 2-0. Going to dispatch of Snappy, and now it's just Yugi left. 1v3, but quickly into a 1-on-2. Will be silenced, and Hellraisers going to get themselves their first rifle round in this first half to take it 2-5.
Yeah, the big thing now is not being reset, however, because we know how much money is currently in the bank for Heroic. Got themselves enough that they can rebuy comfortably into the next round, even with another AWP and 4 utility. Modi's a little bit further behind, but that won't be much of a problem at all. And it's a very scary prospect, especially considering they didn't even manage to save the AWP that they bought in the last round into this next one. So they're already limited, and Issa's down to just 8 HP so early in the round. Quick push, though, from DevFox. He'll pick up one, looking for the second. It's already been traded out by Yugi, so he needs to find this kill and can't afford to go down, but Fates is going to do the work for him instead. And it is actually going to be a 2-man advantage now for the CT side. However, T's trying to slow things back down. Yugi still standing, so anything is possible. And another star of yesterday was, of course, Nico. I think at one point like 13-0 or something in kills, so not quite done the same at the beginning of this game, but we know that he can go on streaks and bounds. Yugi, at the moment at least, unable to connect the shots and waiting for his teammate to support.
Continuing this push on in, DevFox going to be the man to take the challenge. It's actually Fates to find the frag, and now Yugi 1 versus 4. Angel comes rotating in at the drop of that bomb. And Fates going to be with another frag. 3 for him in that round. Hellraisers on to their third. Rebuy's going to have to come on in for Issa, but that is it. And that economy that we saw Heroic have built up has been whittled down. They're not looking too healthy. Modi's got $0 to his name. Yugi only on 350. The other guys can still buy up into the next round, but that economy on the cusp of being broken. It's good from Hellraisers to put a stop to that momentum that Heroic were building up. It's always scary having a T-side with that much money on train. Possibility of having an AWP almost every round is a daunting one, so... Question is now for Heroic, what do they do? Try and overcome this Hellraisers defense, because it has been thwarting them time and time again over here on A.
It's interesting to see Fates is actually the one now with the AWP. Not sure if that's just more of a positional decision. Either way, though, the bomb straight into the pop dog. That's a horrible start to the round. And now on the head, Issa is eventually going to be able to find a second. He not only has the bomb, but he's taken down 2, and a third will fall in the form of S-Tag, leaving only 1 remaining. Nico versus now 3. He has no control of the bomb, and they know exactly where he is.
Yeah, no control of the bomb at Nico. 1 versus 3. Players flanking round to his right, and it'll be Fates to wish him a good night. Hellraisers in with their 4th round.
I hate the bomb going pop dog. I truly hate it. Yes, it's the closest position, but I don't think the bomb should ever go first. Because if you lose that bomb in pot dog, just retrieving it is so difficult. It's probably the most difficult spot on the map to actually get the bomb from, except maybe the middle of the A site or just something ludicrous like that. So I've never been a fan of watching somebody drop down there. And the second it goes, you just think, okay, that's it. Only 1 kill comes in, but it's enough that problems already arise, and it seems like Heroic agree. They've taken a tactical pause quite early. I'm a big fan to see these earlier pauses. They're still in the lead at the moment, but it has been 3 rounds in a row for Hellraisers. They've started to build up cash, and also the decision is if they're going to force into this, and well, clearly the answer is yes. AWP has been dropped over to Yugi. He has been impactful so far, but if anything, I think he was actually doing better with the rifle. Was against weaker bites, though.
Yugi on the AWP could be one of the changes that they need. It's got it in this round.
Had it in the last 2 as well, though.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't go amazing for them there. Right now over here towards B. Angel holds on the other side of the smoke. He is the flash go through, has support from Issa. Angel finds the first. The bait and switch comes on in, and Issa keeps things in the advantage of HR. Going to go ahead and off the push in through ramp. Holds back any fast play from Heroic, and That's fantastic now for Hellraisers, who have the man advantage, know exactly where Heroic are posted for the time being. Rotated Fates on in with the AWP. Reinforce the hold here with Issa, and then they keep 2 over on A. Heroic aren't going to be given any way back into this round from Hellraisers. It's no aggression to come on through. Playing it very passively now that they've taken that man advantage.
T-side. Looking like they really know what they're doing at the moment. They've sort of got to try and hope that the CTs over-rotate in this situation. And they're more in just a sort of classic 2-2 split. One player up above as well over on that A side. But here comes the push. Issa is going to be holding onto the site, just falling back, playing passive, peeks out, sprays one and a second as well. Yugi as the third, and a massive round from Issa. A man from Jordan stepping up big on the B site. I really love these little boards.
I know, they're so good. Look at him up there.
I love how it's almost like, yeah, he's done this, but then quad kill. Just big round from Issa. He's actually, I think he's top of the board now, so important start for him. Someone who I've seen play for quite a while. I saw him in the sort of Middle East qualifier for WESG, playing, I think his team was called like Chosen 5 or something like that, and he was a standout player. Like, there was not anyone else on that roster who was anywhere near as talented as him. So I was quite happy to see Hellraisers pick him up. And they have been a little bit sort of unorthodox with a lot of the choices they've made for their team, but a lot of talented individuals, and, well, at least for now, it looks like it's meshing quite well. Pistols in, T-side about to push onto A, and the smokes have fallen.
Yeah, all the smokes goes down. He's just boosted up over the top, though. In with the first, tries to deny the bomb plant. Damage done, but the bomb's going to come on in anyway. Man advantage for Hellraisers. Okay, Issa looks to keep it that way. Nico in with the deadly D, going to go to decapitate Dead Fox. So the man advantage for HR. Bomb timer working against them, though, ticking on down. They have got kits aplenty, and as Zero drops out Nico, things get made that much worse. But Modi going to deal with Angel. The bomb causing some real issues for them here. They are on the clock. Yugi will fall. Now it's Modi 1v3 and just going to decide to fall on back. Defuse comes on in. Hellraisers will get themselves a 6, but crucially, damage done from Heroic, and the bomb plant going to facilitate a very good buy here. AWP comes in for Yugi, has some utility behind it along with the armor. That's going to be ideal. And I'd like to see them, take the default early on and then just go for one of these, set plays out towards A. Again, I think the wall of smokes worked out well there. If they can get the bomb down this time with weapons, then it could be a very different story. But the double up setup for Hellraisers is going to cause some problems, Tom.
Well, the big thing for Hellraiser so far is their adaptation, their aggression over on the CT side has been very good. And they're going to go for some more here. Zero's going to be the man to lead the charge. Modi has to be a little bit careful. He's pushed quite far, but Yugi starts things off. Dev Fox knows exactly where his man is, but is he going to be able to find the trade? The answer is no. It's actually Angel instead, but eventually down goes Yugi, and it is a straight turnaround already from the CT side. Push over towards Ivy. Dev Fox is actually in the corner, and he's looking for that peek. The S-tag is just going to be handed a kill. Back to a 3v3. Angel already tagged, and now the pincer is going to come in towards this A site, although with this wraparound, there's a chance that maybe S-tag can make all of the difference here. He needs to find this kill, and Zero is far too quick on the trigger. And now that sort of pincer that looked like it was actually going to go back towards B in the end has now lost its flank.
Still 55 seconds left. Plenty of time to work with. Player over in Pop Dog, that's going to be Snappy. Nico out towards main. It will be the A split as they start to sneak on in. There's only one man nearby who can do much about it. That's going to be Fates. He has been looking good thus far. Snappy. Oh, he's walking out, but just as you say it, shot missed. That's going to allow this bomb plant to come on in momentarily. They hear the man on the ladder.
Just screwing with him.
Zero starts to sneak on in as well. Snappy's making noise to keep them distracted. Allows Nico to reposition inside the site, but he gets spotted out. And now Nico, 1v3, playing around the bomb train. Damage done aplenty. Going to get the first, but Zero in with the trade. That will be a 7th round for Hellraisers. And initially, Tom, it looked like Heroic could have just ran away with this. Getting 5 rounds very early on the T side is always good. Since then, though, it's been Hellraisers 24/7, really. Like, not really getting a sniff of the action since picking up these first 5 rounds.
No, it has to be said, since they've got the utility, since they've got the AWP, this team has actually looked very impressive. As said, the level of aggression from them, taking different portions of the map, very effective at trading. I'm actually pretty impressed considering this team, as it was said on the desk, has not really played as a 5-man in an official match yet. So yeah, they're doing very well, playing off each other well, and by the looks of things, the T's may just be about to fall back to basics. Another A setup. The smokes, as you said, worked out well last time, but this time Issa is going to be more aggressive. Back towards his spot. He's going to get taken down instantly, though. And Modi with the double entry, starting things off very strong.
Look at Angel on this flank. He could be the real linchpin here for Hellraisers. Modi's repositioned, though, to try and deal with this. Zero able to drop the bomb. Has to do more than that, and he's going to be shut down. Nico picks that up, no problem. Angel left in a 1v3. Has taken control of Pop Dog. Yugi going to come in with the trade. Picks that up for Heroic, and they'll be able to get themselves their first round on the board since the initial 5 they posted.
It does seem that Issa over towards Electric Box is more of the be-all and end-all. If he gets a kill or two, it seems like they win the round comfortably when those A setups come in. If he goes down quickly, well, we just saw Modi instantly entry a second player. And then from there, it just fell. Either way, this time, no AWP for the CT side. They've opted against it. Didn't have a huge amount of cash on anybody other than Zero, so they have juggled some weapons around, but the AWP hasn't done too much. Modi again, already going to be finding that opener. This time the aggression of Angel doesn't work out, and he was the only man on that B site, so they're quickly having to rotate a couple over, which limits their A defense quite significantly.
Yeah, and I like the play there from Heroic. You know, they've just won out on A. They go ahead and throw out loads of utility early on, try and sell it's going to be the A play after they get the idea that Hellraisers have been stacking it, and now instead take the aggression into B. And they have caught Hellraisers off guard. Only one man here, rotating more in. It's going to be Fates to find the first. The trade does go in from Snappy, but Ace is quick. Keep things even. S-Tag, does he make the decision to go on the flank here, or does he wait above Pop? Looks like he's just going to hold, play things safe. The rest of the guys from HR rerouting in through CT and Connector. Time working against them. They have a kit on Issa and Dead Fox. Gonna find something soon. This could be all over here as the time's been allowed to tick very, very low, and already Zero's looking hesitant to go for it. They're gonna start to pull on out. 3-on-3 in the retake, but just the pressure of having S-Tag, and knowing that he was over towards Pop, disallows the rotations in Connector, and that will be a 7th for Heroic. Fake onto A, the quick play into B does pan out for them.
Yeah, I think also the second Molotov that was thrown in by the T side just sort of forced the rotation to be so slow that they really needed a quick pick. The thing I'm a little bit disappointed by is the fact that every single player in that retake had an incendiary grenade and not one of them threw it. Like, they could have easily cleared a player off of the site, turned it into a 3 versus 2, then you have a chance in the round. Instead, they were just hoping that somebody would peek, and Heroic, well, they were ready.
Last round of the half, though. Full buys for either side. Snappy gonna come in with some early aggression in towards Pop Dog. Doesn't find anything initially. 4 players for Hellraisers out on the A-bomb site, so still sticking true to their original setup. Oh.
Where did that even...
Yeah, what? Was that team damage?
I think that might have been through the window.
No, he was on the ladder, though. I don't know what that was. It
I
sounded
think
like...
that
Well, there you go. That's a mystery. In they go in towards B. Fate's going to be holding this one off. As they come in, can't afford to miss that shot. Does have support from Angel inside the site. They're playing it close, and Yugi will drop him. S-Tag going to be in with a second here, and finally the trades come in. It's Angel to deliver them. 2 frags for him. Going to be a 2 versus 3 in the retake. Make that a 2-on-2 as Zero.
Look at the flank.
Set up, and now Snappy could easily shut this whole thing down for Hellraisers. Flash goes out, Dead Fox can't see anything, and Snappy's just holding the push on in, and they have no idea. First man down, make it 2 as Snappy on the flank, locks down that round for Heroic. 8-7 is the scoreline at the end of this first half. And it was a very, very back and forth half, as you can see right now. I mean, 5 rounds initially for Heroic, then immediately 6 in return from Hellraisers, before Heroic finally were able to figure things out, get the pieces of the puzzle all in order, and win out that first half.
Yeah, that finish from Snappy was great as well, because rather than just killing DevFox, because he spotted him very, very early in that push, he waits for the second player to come into his crosshair and make sure that he wins the round for his team. So great trigger control, a nice finish to the half for Heroic, and they still get 8 rounds on the T side. Although there was a nice streak from Hellraisers, when it comes down to it, that's still a very good T side for Heroic to start with. However, this is where things could get a little bit interesting, because we know there's a lot of firepower over on this Hellraiser side. Even without Woxic in the roster, Zero has always been someone who's able to put up the numbers, and DevFox with that AWP. The only thing that will be interesting for me is I think Yugi on the CT side with that AWP should be just so difficult to deal with. And if he's on fire, which at the beginning of the game he definitely was, then there's going to be some problems for Hellraisers to try and get into the site. Either way, it does sound like the clock is ticking down. We are going to be going into our pistol round in just a moment, and I'm ready to see their coach, Mr. Handball Man, get a little bit hyped again, because it gets me pumped up. I still want somebody standing behind me doing the exact same thing, just like sort of pumping me up on my day-to-day basis. I think definitely needed it earlier in the day, because we were here at 12. 8 hours of chilling. We're here now. That's the important thing, right? Together.
Yeah, that's the important thing. So, here we go. Pistol round underway. Gonna see Heroic with the smoke and the fuse kit on S-Tag. Lots of utility for Hellraisers here. Gonna be the B play. Have that one Molotov to try and keep them off the bomb if it goes down. Already found damage onto Nico. And
Going back.
there you can see Heroic starting these rotations in towards A. They know something that we don't, as that ends where Hellraisers start to make their way on out. 4 players pushing in initially. Angel able to find the first, make it 2 as he goes down. Zero's pushed up into heaven. An advantage heavily in favor of Hellraisers here. Snappy to be boosting up Nico in connector, and can his prying eyes find anything over the top of the smoke? Looks like no, as Hellraisers just tuck away. 2 versus 5. Gonna require some real heroics, but Snappy might be the one to deliver it. Nico, now 1 versus 3, he loses his comrade. Time working against him, should be no time left, and Angel adds insult to injury, bullet to the face, 4 frags for him. And that's Hellraisers to win out the pistol round in the second half.
He's the utility man. He didn't even have any Kevlar in that round and just hits 4 magnificent shots. Leader of the team leading the charge with the pistol round, and it will get a good start off for Hellraisers once again. Now you have to remember they did win the first pistol as well and then lost the following 5 rounds, so we know how good Heroic can be with these pistols. And well, you can see them saving a little bit extra here. Obviously Yugi wanting to get that AWP as soon as possible, and Nico may just go for either another Deagle in the next round or extra utility, depending how much damage he can do. Either way, 4 players over towards the A site, somewhat standard, but leaving Nico here as the catalyst player alone with that trusty Deag. Luckily for them, it does look like the T's are going to be making their way towards this A site. A couple of players over towards Ivy. The bomb waiting, looking like setting up utility. And then I imagine that Zero and Fates will be doing the same towards that Pop Dog area. However, CT side have now rotated another player off towards B, and Zero's actually going to have a little look in, see if there's any aggression. Of course, they want to be a little bit careful that nobody can flank them while they look to throw out their smokes towards this A site. Nissa with the UMP, maybe off to a strong start, as S-Tag going to peek into the angle, and he will win the first duel.
Here we go. Damage done. Trade does come in from Zero. Now the push from Hellraisers in towards the A-bomb site. Yugi gets the hell out of there while he can. Gonna keep this 3-on-4 in the retake. Oh, Snappy gets beheaded. That's always going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works. Yugi and Nico left with a lot on their plate. Luckily enough, Yugi's feeling hungry. Going to be able to find himself the first. Still 3 more left to find inside the site. Bomb plant comes in from DevFox. Time working against him. Don't have a defuse kit.
Don't even have Kevlar.
Don't have many luxuries. Going to be a complete and utter brawl to regain control of this site. Time of the essence. Start to make their way in. Only 10 seconds left. Have to move swiftly. And it looks like now they're just trying to inflict damage. Dead Fox going to finish them both off. Doesn't want to play their petty games. And that will be Hellraisers in with their 9th round. They keep 3 players alive.
Oh, with us being this close to the screen, that's oddly horrifying. It's actually bigger than me.
He kind of reminds me of you, Tom.
Okay. Nico does actually buy up another Deagle, so that's where a lot of that extra money is going to be going. 9-8. Hellraisers have now taken themselves the lead, and of course this time converting the pistol round. And so far I've actually been... I'm liking the fact that when you look at their afterplant positions, there's not really anybody peeking. It's only been a couple of rounds. It's very early in the game, but they've just been playing passive. They've been waiting back, and I always dislike when teams just overface or try and finish off a lot of these rounds a little bit too quickly. So the fact that even though they're only against pistols, they were like, nope, okay, let's make sure we've won the round, then we'll finish off these remaining couple of players. And in this one, at least, there's really not much invested at all. As I said, that one Deagle, which Nico's able to invest thanks to saving that little bit of extra money and getting himself a kill in the last round. And then the rest of the players are just going to be farming for Issa, who's already doubled down with $1,200.
Nico wants the UMP. Well, he's actually the one to get it, but Bomb Plump will come in over here on the B-bomb site. They're looking to try and inflict some damage if they can. Angel's the only one left with an SMG. Going to send him in first, you would imagine, to scout out CT spawn. Nico, here's the footsteps coming his way. Oh, they don't check it. No, not like this. Oh, Nico. Oh, we won't talk about that. Modi.
We didn't see it, though.
1 versus 4 over here in Ivy. Should be allowed to get away with this one. Angel's hunting with the MAC-10 because he wants to try and make some money. But no one else really wants to extend any further from Hellraisers. Going to be a 10th for them, though. 2 rounds to their advantage. The buy will be able to come in from Heroic into the next round.
I think we did just witness pretty much the rule of the Deagle. It's like hitting someone from behind when they're not looking at you.
Yeah.
It's much harder than, say, someone running at you full pace or like 400 yards away. Actually, that's quite far away. Either way. But yeah, it's always just the thing. It's like the easy shots are sometimes the hardest to take.
It is just harder to hit a view model in the back of the head, though.
Not if you're using it again. Which
It's
no
hard to
one
hit
does.
anything with the Negev, that's why. We got some initial smokes and flashes heading in towards the A-bomb site from Hellraisers. Snappy, though. It was already answered with a lot of aggression in towards Pop Dog. Hellraisers, no idea that he's down there just yet. Slow default on from the T side right now.
Oh, hate to see it. Failed nade. T-side definitely playing a much more methodical style. Possibly expecting some aggression considering the limitations in utility. Issa Cam coming in. He's going to be looking to try and sneak around Ivy, taking control. But the rest of his teammates at the moment, at least, seem to be gathering towards B. And if he can sneak back around here, it would be perfect. S-Tag watching the angle, however. And Nico already manages to pick up one more, leaving only the players looking to make their way over towards B left. 45 seconds left on the clock. Nico still just trying to be the catalyst man, but support now rotating in. Yugi will be able to find one. Nico still going strong, and it will be a slaughter round as nobody goes down for Heroic. My biggest fan.
Yeah, I think one of the real problems right now for Hellraisers, when you look at it, Ace has been playing very well. I don't think there's any denying that, but Dead Fox and Fates have had, they've had a couple of issues, and they've been the 2 players picking up the AWP on the side of Hellraisers. This is a very, very AWP-dominated map, and they are bottom of the board right now.
They're missing Woxic. They're missing him.
Hellraisers going to have 4 players stacked up over here towards Pop Dog. 1 man in the form of Angel over here at Ivy. Snappy and Yugi with the AWPs, and now it is going to be Yugi over there towards A, locking it down, the push out from main. And you've got Snappy inside of B, watching the push up in towards upper tunnels. Nico holds off the push in ramp. Smokes and flashes now rain in towards the B-bomb site. Here comes the push from Hellraisers. Through the smokes they go. Snappy holds the angle. Now Nico has one angle left to watch. Going to get tagged low. Needs support from the rest of the team. Snappy going to miss the trade, but the man advice still in favor of the Danes. Need to go left and right. Bates holds it close in with two. Wants to try and turn the tide of battle, but he will be dropped out. And now Yugi left in a one-on-one. Angel volleyed out. Yugi misses the flick, and Angel picks up the round. Hellraisers will get themselves an 11th, carrying up forward as well. And now both of these teams just kind of teetering on the edge of being reset. The buys will come in across the board. Whoever loses this next round will be forced onto an eco, making this one very important because it's effectively a 2-for-1, Tom.
Yeah, I think the one real positive for Hellraisers is the fact that there seems to be anyone on this team who can step up, because even Angel now, obviously phenomenal in the pistol round, 4 kills for him, and then 3 kills in this round, and he looked like he was just going to go barreling straight in to the A side, but the flash will hold him off for now. Now, they've gone for heavy utility on the CT side. The weaponry is where they've taken the hit, so it is going to have to be quite a lot of aggressive and close angle plays. You can already see Pop Dog control, and Ivy has been pushed by S-Tag, and behind him he has the support of that AWP. We saw this earlier in the day coming out, I think it was from Harvu, and then when the jump comes over, it should be a simple kill, and a second as well for S-Tag. Magnificent start. Will be traded out eventually by Angel. But that's a pretty damn good trade considering what was invested onto him. Flashbang going to be coming out. Snappy still playing close. He'll go down as well. Back to a 3 versus 3. Now the T's maybe looking to turn the tide. A wonderful shot from Zero as well. This is a complete turnaround from the beginning of this round.
Bomb started its rotation over here towards B. Zero and Fate's there, the 2 on the entry. And Nico, he's here alone, but he's locked down this B-bomb site in the past single-handedly. Now he's got to do it once again to try and drive this round home for Heroic, and he plays this perfectly. Nico sneaking on round. They have no idea that he's there. Going to be able to take the first. Keeps it even, 2-on-2. Going to disappear up in towards Halls. Clears that out. Now he knows that these players are left inside the site. Yugi misses the flick, and that has made things very difficult now for Nico. Tagged down low. 11 HP to his name. Desperately looking for a rifle, something else, and he will just decide to save. Going to go to fall out of the sight. Hellraisers going to get themselves a 12th, and Heroic, they saved the 1 rifle up on Nico, but it will be a grim look to the future when we consider their buy into the next round. It will just be the case, I imagine. They're going to have to eco, keep the rifle up on Nico, have him be your catalyst player, try and deal some damage. Tactical pause called in as well. They must be feeling the pressure.
They've only won 1 round. Of course they're feeling the pressure. It's not going well at all.
I mean, this is their map pick as well. I mean, when you consider that and the fact that this isn't a particularly strong map for Hellraisers.
Well, I think the big problem at the moment is we don't really know what is a strong map for Hellraisers. We don't know their map pool because it's sort of a new dynamic to the team. We've got Fate set it in. We've got, of course, Zero now back in the team, and it sort of switches up what they're going to be playing. They're a very hard team to read, so it has made things quite interesting. Now, although Yugi's top of the board in the moment, last 2 rounds, we've actually seen him miss some sort of uncharacteristic shots, and they really have been ones that you think, okay, he wins that 1v1 versus Angel, he gets a couple of attempts at the shot, okay, they're right back in the game, or they're right back on level pegging even, or you see in that round, if he hits one of those shots, Nico's no longer in a 1 versus 2, it's a 2v1 in their favor, so a few impactful rounds, a few misplays slightly from him, and Hellraisers now 12-9, and they're up against a single rifle. Now, if I was going to put a single rifle on anybody, it would be Nico. He is a man who can take rounds into his own hands, especially when playing on that B site. However, he's already dead. Ruined completely.
That's the caster's curse. They're able to retrieve the AK. Now it's on Modi. Gonna take it a bit aggressive. Tag Zero down, but doesn't quite find the frag. Gonna lose S-Tag and Yugi as Angel looks to pad those stats And Issa, oh no, he snuck in the back. 2 frags for him, $1,200 farmed up as though they needed the money. Yeah, they kind of do, actually.
He's a sneaky man.
I mean, you look at it, really, it's been all Angel and Issa. Zero as well, having a fairly decent time of it. It's Fates and Dead Fox who are really not living up to the hype on this map, but of course, you know, it's not really...
You're winning, who cares?
Yeah.
They've only dropped 1 round so far on this T side, which a pretty scary prospect. As you said, it's the map pick of Heroic, one that I at least expected them to win. I think you did as well, in fact, but here we go. Straight out, Yugi will start things off this time. It's a very quick to trade back into a 4 versus 4. Still, player on the site, Snappy. Yugi now is going to work with that AWP. He's heard the cry and he's destroying everybody at the moment. Already picking up 3 kills, leaving it just onto Fates. Nice shot to take down Snappy at least, but he's got 3 men to find.
Landed one nice shot, though. Went for a little bit more. Spots Nico inside this side on the bomb train. Tagged away. The West tag finishes him off. And Yugi, as you said, I mean, he heard the cry for help and he answered the call. 3 frags for him in that round. Monstrous play with the AWP, and Heroic going to get their 2nd round here on their CT side. But they need far more than that. As Risk, I think, once said, you can have 12 rounds, you can have 14, but you need 16 to win.
It was inspirational.
Yeah, that is...
changed my life.
Oh. It's a good metaphor.
To be fair, I think if I'd been cast in for 60 rounds, you know. Well, actually, no, that was in the sort of beginning of that saga. But let's move on. Let's move on. Both teams with a buy-in. Again, economy on the brink. Nico going to be the lone man over towards this B site. And S-Tag is going aggressive. Going to get right into the close angle. There's a couple of players here. One of them being Issa. And they're actually going to pop flash around the corner. He's left partially blind. Issa will check. And that's the opening. This time S-Tag, his aggression is not going to pay off. Oh, that was disappointing. 4 damage. Modi will spot one out. They desperately want to even up into a 4 versus 4 as quickly as possible. Don't want to allow Hellraisers the chance to execute back onto one of these sites with a man advantage, because it has to be said, fundamentally, Hellraisers have looked very, very good, trading and even just running into the site and getting multiple kills. Either way, though, it is looking like we're now going to hit towards that A site.
Oh, Money! Lucky they have the Molotov out, so he's allowed to survive. Sneaks down through the ladder. Not gonna go ahead and re-peek that one again anytime soon. As now he hugs the E-box. Snappy rotating on round to try and assist. Is going to be focusing all his attention towards Ivy, but they're allowed to sneak on by. Going to try pushing the smoke, you would imagine. He loses out on Modi, rallies his shots on through. Now they know that he's there, and as he loses his friend inside the site, man advantage in favor of Hellraisers. Bomb plant should come in any second. Now Snappy could make all the difference, but he's been spotted. Across his crosshair, though, and that's to their dismay. And with the first 3-on-3 in the retake. He'll lose 0. Dead Fox and Faze, the 2 players bottom of the board right now for Hellraisers, have to show their worth. And they're doing just that. Yugi's left 1 versus 2. Spots Dead Fox. They know exactly where he is now. Time of the essence. Starts to make his way in. USP out. Oh, Dead Fox going to keep missing these shots, but there we go. 3rd time's the charm, and Hellraisers, they will be in with their 14th round. No money here for Heroic. Could spell the end of them in their first map.
Yeah, the crucial round for Hellraisers as well to make sure that they keep their T side going strong. And while now it is going to just be force buys to the end. If they don't manage to sneak this round, of course it will be 15-10, and then you have to buy.
Nico has the MP9 and a defuse kit. Smart man has a defuse kit, always good, but even smarter because he's got the MP9. And I have some faith that he's going to make some magic happen. Dead Fox is posted up to make sure he can't do exactly that, though. Holds the angle, expects the aggression to come on out. Nico has snuck by, but that's what Zero is here for. Has support from the rest of the team to trade things out. Right now, it's do or die for Heroic here in map number 1. Cash being the next map. A map that they haven't played in the last 3 months, and one that Hellraisers is statistically very good on. Flash through, allows S-Tag to find the opener. Right advantage taken early on. Nico over the first. The MP9 does prevail over Zero. Fate's going to come in with the trade. Rotation's called in as Heroic now stack 3 players inside a B. Snappy holds it close, and Angel going to hit the deck as a result. Dead Fox Looks to try and even things up. Finds the first onto Yugi, but Snappy still locking down B. Going to be put to bed by Fates. As now we enter the 2-on-2. Bomb plant looking to come on in. S-Tag lies in wait. Going to wait for Modi to get into position in the back line. He starts to take the aggression. Pushing on up, very methodical, clearing these angles. Spots the man. Knows where one of these players are. Modi. Oh, Dead Foxes. Spidey senses tingling, tagged away. Modi, 1v2,
no
and Dead Fox makes it work. Hellraisers are going to go 15-10. They arrive at map point here on map number 1. Of course, the map pick of Heroic. One that, despite me saying I thought Hellraisers were going to win, not even I anticipated them picking up this map. Oh. They're now knocking on the door of victory here in map number 1. Heroic, though, want to try and keep them at bay, secure overtime.
It's not going to be a goodbye. Somewhat jumble sale, even, as they'll have the pretty much the same as what we had in the previous round, if not a little bit less. We are going to see Modi, though, starts things off. Dev Fox is down, and that's the AWP fallen onto the floor. Angel is going to be waiting. Spots out Yugi. There's another player right next to him looking for the trade, and they will keep the man advantage going, at least for now. Nade does a little bit of extra damage. Push going to be coming in from Issa as well, and he will win the battle over towards Ivy, keeping things even, but that's a wonderful shot from Snappy. Flank coming in, another from Modi as well, and now Fates, new boy on the block, has got to try and pull off a 1v3.
Sneaking in through Ivy. No one going to be holding this from Heroic. Snappy does turn round. This goes walking on out, finds the first 1v2, but Modi in with the trade. Heroic, they live to fight another day, 11-15. The AWP picked up, buys can come in, and they've wrecked the economy of Hellraisers. The reset does come through, but they're going to force buy into this. Want to try and win this out here and now.
I'm expecting something faster. I think after some of the rounds we've seen from them where they've just caught this CT side off guard, I think utility not going to be at its best. Still a reasonable amount of Modi and S-Tag, but if I was Hellraisers in this situation, I'd just pick up the pace and try and overwhelm this CT side. By the looks of things, they may just be going gallivanting straight in towards this B side. Multiple players set up. Watching to see if there is anybody around that angle. There's no aggression out from the CT side as of yet. They're going to rotate instead a second player over towards B after not spotting anything towards that A side of the map. It's only going to be Angel waiting to see if there is any aggression, and they are going to look to just gather up, make their way through, and it's a B push.
Here comes the charge. Snappy takes down 2. Nico with 2 of his own bombs. Dropped, and Angel's left 1v5. Does manage to find the first, but Yugi's there to trade. And that's Heroic in with a 12th round. 3 is all they need now to secure themselves overtime. There's no money for Hellraisers in this round. That pretty much guarantees a 13th for the Danes. There's a lot riding on this, Tom.
I'm wondering if we've absorbed the Hugo risk curse of constant overtimes, because it could be leading that way. Barely anything invested for Hellraisers, only Fates with a Deagle, so we'll see if he can at least make things a little bit costly. Of course, Heroic are going to be investing into every round anyway, but if you can make things a little bit worse for wear by dropping a couple of players, it could help you out quite a bit.
Yeah, I think in a way, having Zero and, you know, Fates in this, like you say, I mean, this is the first and really the only time we should see this roster play together.
Depends how well they do.
Yeah, that's
if they win the tournament, I don't think,
like,
oh, yeah, no, we're going to drop you now. Woxic would be sat at home going, like, sweating.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Hellraisers and Heroic kind of have played each other a lot thanks to the DreamHack Open circuit, right? I mean, they both kind of compete in that a fair bit and a lot of the qualifiers as well. So Heroic have a very good, you know, understanding as to how Hellraisers usually play. But I feel like they're not going to be sticking to their usual strategies, having someone who's kind of thrown in the mix and, you know,
they're going to be playing a different roster every single time.
That's the new meta. But
what's the SK meta? Things don't work, drop a player, bring in someone new. Win another tournament.
In this round anyway, it's going to be Angel first man to fall. Not expecting too much from Hellraisers, but they want to try and get a bomb plant as they stack the remaining 4 players up inside of B. Snappy just going to be churning bullets their way to keep them at bay. Charging on in they go, and well,
Bomb plant would be great here.
they manage to get away with this, which they will. They don't do any damage, but they get the bomb down, and that's going to give them that much more to buy up into the next. 13-15.
Crunch time.
Heroic need 2 more rounds, and Hellraisers, they are going to be sweating at this point. They've gotten it this close to the finish line. Now they have to do is get it across. Pause called in. Can't help but feel like this would be either team makes sense, actually, in this scenario.
Yeah, no, Heroic, this will be a great chance for Mr. Coachman, Mr. Hype Man, to sort of get them across that line, help them to keep going, because it is obviously the Danish stereotype of throwing things away. But this time they're actually trying to come back, so it's a little bit different. I suppose Astralis are pretty good at that as well, so we can at least give them that. And then on the other side of things, it is that sort of worrying factor of, okay, Hellraisers, you've got yourself on your opponent's map, you've got the chance to take it away from them and then go on to the one that you've chosen and want to play and that they don't really play.
That's the high five. That's how you
know
that
you
things are serious. Like, that comes in, it's GG.
Issa with his little glasses, it's just adorable, though. He's so small. Deadly as well, though. Small and deadly. It's a good combo. Double Orps are back. Side reinvesting into the one-shot weapon, and a little bit of aggression coming out towards Pop from Modi. Other than that, it is all going to be about sitting back towards the sites, having that sort of upper control as well that we saw previously from Snappy, and it did work quite well. I think him as a combo, but already Modi, okay, that's a little bit much for me. He goes up the ladder in Pop Dog and gets closed down very early in this round. He does a lot of damage onto Fates, but I don't think that's a play you should be making at 15-13.
It's thrown away the man advantage early on, and now it falls on his team's shoulders to make up for his shortcomings. Man advantage here for Hellraisers. Here you see now they're doubling back the force that they had over towards Ivy. Looks like their mind has been made up. Yugi holds the push in the main. Could catch Issa off guard. He's going to spot the tip of the gun and going around the corner. Molotov forces him back. Spots the utility going in from Angel. Has the idea that there's a man there. Going to take the peek on out. Players coming his way. Legs Angel, but Angel finds the frag. 2-man advantage up for Hellraisers. The A site under their control. They're going to go in. An S-tag. He could do so much damage here. Nico going to go charging on through as well. They don't deny the bomb plant, but Snappy and Nico between them doing damage. Snappy, 1 versus 2. Bomb ticking away. Swaps out for the AK players. Both over towards main. Taps on the bomb. If he'd stuck it, maybe he could have got away with that there. As now they start to come on in. Dead Fox B-hops behind E-Box, and Fates, 9 HP. Defuse faked out from Snappy. Fate's going to start to peek into this. One shot is all that it takes, and Fate's made it happen in the 1v1. Hellraisers going to win out Train. The map pick of Heroic. Going to be very happy with that one, Tom. As now, looking to the future, Cash, their map pick coming up next. They want to try and win this out in a 2-0 fashion. Well, I mean, this has given them a fantastic chance of doing exactly that.
Yeah, quite a surprise. I think their T side definitely looks strong, and there are a few mistakes made along the way from Heroic. I think that last round was sort of the pinnacle of them, with just the aggression coming out into Pop. And you sort of just look at it and go, why? Why would you do that now? Like going aggressive and just handing Fates that early kill. And then when it came down to the more sort of basic strategies, just like pushing out onto the site and finding the picks, they were excellent. We saw Issa have a phenomenal CT side, but also then sort of convert it over. Angel pretty much winning them plenty of individual rounds. They had the pistol at the beginning of the second half. He also had that 3K where he finishes off Yugi at the end. And without those rounds, okay, well, considering how close it was, you do think, okay, it's probably going to go the way of Heroic. So very well done from them. Great job individually. And now they go on to their choice of Cash, a map that we haven't seen too much from Heroic. It's a worrying prospect.
Do you want to throw it over? Or
do I want to throw it over? Yeah, sure. Analysts are now going to talk a bit about what just happened.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.